The Queen awarded the NHS with the George Cross in a heartwarming gesture this week. But the personal note she attached left royal watchers scratching their heads. The National Health Service (NHS) has been praised throughout the COVID-19 crisis, with many Britons taking to their doorsteps to clap the frontline workers on a weekly basis during the first few months of lockdown. The royal family has led the charge in praising health workers, all of whom have faced more than a year of unprecedented struggle. Several senior royals have spoken to frontline workers both in person and over Zoom throughout the pandemic. Prince William also celebrated the 73rd anniversary of the NHS at a Thanksgiving service at St. Paul's Cathedral earlier this week. Before hosting a tea at Buckingham Palace, the Queen even awarded the entire service with the George Cross this week. A rare royal tribute which recognizes acts of the greatest heroism or of the most courage in circumstances of extreme danger. In a surprising move, she also attached a handwritten note to mark the occasion, which was then shared on the royal family's social media accounts. The Queen's message read, "It is with great pleasure on behalf of the grateful nation that I award the George Cross to the National Health Service of the United Kingdom. This award recognizes all NHS staff, past and present, across all disciplines and all 4 nations. Over more than 7 decades, and especially in recent times, you have supported the people of our country with courage, compassion and dedication, demonstrating the highest standards of public service. You have our enduring thanks and heartfelt appreciation." Elizabeth R., speaking on Pod Save the Queen, podcast host Anne Gripper and Daily Mirror royal editor Russell Myers unpacked the heartfelt act from the Queen, and pointed out one particularly challenging element of the message. Ms. Gripper said, "I think it's lovely that it's a handwritten message. But I couldn't work out what the word before appreciation was. As a woman in her 90s, she does have excellent handwriting and I'm sure she does a lot of handwritten notes. Whereas I'm using my computer so much all of the time, that my handwriting is barely functionable to write a shopping list. It's very stylish, but I did just struggle to read it, pondering over what word the Queen may have used before appreciation." Ms. Gripper said, "There were so many things it could have been, and speculated that the monarch may have used boundless or limitless instead." Even so, Ms. Gripper concluded by explaining how unusual this personal act was from the Queen. Mr. Myers replied, "You are right, because it has only been awarded to a group of people twice before. And this award goes back to the 40s, obviously the Queen's father, King George VI. Gave it to the inhabitants of Malta in 1942, for the heroism displayed by the island inhabitants during the enemy bombardments during World War II. And then in 1999, the Queen awarded it to the Royal Ulster Constabulary of Northern Ireland in recognition of the force's bravery. So 2 major periods within recent history, and I think this tells you of the recognition that the NHS, both past, present and future, deserve, and have been rightly recognized throughout the pandemic. I think a lot of people, hopefully, had more of an appreciation of what the NHS is all about." The royal family described the award as the UK's highest award for non-military courage. The Queen also chose to present it on the 73rd anniversary of the NHS, just days after Thank You Day, which acknowledges the incredible work of volunteers during the pandemic. The Queen is advised on the granting of the George Cross by the George Cross Committee and Prime Minister Boris Johnson. The honour was gratefully received by the senior heads of the NHS, Sir Simon Stevens, Chief Executive of NHS England, said the award was the recognition of the skill, compassion and fortitude of healthcare workers who have helped tackle the UK's greatest challenge since World War II. Dr. Chand Nagpal, Council Chairman of the British Medical Association, said the award was a welcome recognition for many who feel exhausted physically and mentally, after the grueling challenge of the last year. However, he also said it was important to provide an adequate working environment to health workers by providing a strong workforce with plentiful resources, including enough hospital beds and facilities in general practice. Two areas which have come under scrutiny during the pandemic. Acting General Secretary and Chief Executive of the Royal College of Nursing Pat Cullen also said nursing staff should hold their heads high to be recognized in this way.